Okay, so we did the phone ones with San Francisco, our favorite comic book stores. Now we're gonna take a little trip, and I figured we have a video camera, brand new one. Why not? Let's go to the comic book store. So this takes us to Pacifica, California. Those of you who haven't been here, you probably passed it because there's always a lot of fog here, so you probably missed it. This is 116D Manor Drive, Pacifica, Coastside Comics, and we're here with the owner, Romy. Romy, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Fantastic. So as we look around the store, tell me the history of the store.
Well, it started in 1985, but it goes beyond that. I used to go flea market, and I got tired of doing that week in, week out, and so I decided to say, hey, how about opening a store? I did in 1985. Few months later on, my daughter was born. So I decided to do it full time. What else?
When you were going to the flea markets, was there your books, or where did you get the books from, the comic books?
Well, I come across a collection from from our garbage room. Somebody threw away a whole bunch of comic books. I have no idea what was going on at the time. I just liked to read them, but we used to go to flea market. Whenever I read them, I sell them.
I think I found my comic books. Yeah, mine were thrown away a long time, like everybody else's was.
Yeah, and it's it's been going on like that, and of course, all through the years, we've had a lot of customers that supported us. 26 years later, we're still here.
Yeah, and it'll be, yes, on the website. It'll be 26 years actually on May 1st, won't it?
Definitely. May 1st is our 26th year.
Yeah, and the whole time, but you've been here in Pacifica, or it was somewhere else?
This is our third location. I used to be in a small spot, moved to a different location, and now this is our third location. We've been here for 14 years.
Yeah, and as you guys are looking around, there's a lot of comics, there's a lot of toys, action figures. Yeah, not toys, action figures. And you also have some other services here besides just the comic books. What services are those?
Well, we do have copying, color copies, faxing. We do computer works, just about anything that you can think of, shrink wrapping, that kind of things. Basically, it's anything that customer wants to be helped at.
Now, back in 1985 when you started the store.
85.
Yeah, 85. For me, and a lot of people listening, for me, that was around when I really got into the comic books, into Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, all of those. And those were what I referred to the golden age of comics. I know it's really referred to as when Stan Lee and company were doing it before. But like a lot of people, I dropped off, went away, stopped buying them, stopped reading them around early 90s, mid 90s. But now, past 10 years, I'm slowly coming back, buying the comic books, getting into the stories, and including the new ones that are out. Have you seen that in the store? Have you seen people, the regular customers come in, of course, but have you seen some drop off and then they're slowly coming back again?
Yeah, this is the way it works is that we have kids coming in. They started young, and of course, they go to high school. Got girlfriend. They drop off. They go to college, and later on they come back because they want to go back to what their passion. I have a lot of customers that are per se professionals. A lot of cops, a lot of, as a matter of fact, a district attorney in San Francisco is also one of my customer. Wow,
Yeah. Yeah, we do come from all walks of life, that's for sure.
Definitely.
And I did say 10 years ago for a reason that this year Free Comic Book Day is celebrating 10 years. Do you think that because of Free Comic Book Day, and again, let's make it clear, doesn't mean that every comic book is free. There is a select few. You can't just come into the store and start taking things off the shelf. Then not everything is free. You have a few books that the distributors send out, and The list, as a matter of fact, is up on our Facebook page. You'll see it on there. But if those of you guys that don't like spoilers, don't go there. But we, like I said, we do come from everywhere, from the district attorneys everywhere. Do you think it was because 10 years ago, Free Comic Book Day, getting people in here, is that what you think brought them back to reading comic books and buying again?
Well, it's one factor. Publishers print out books that they think that would bring more people to read comic books, and at the same time, get the interest. Um, just like anything else, um, they want to promote reading because a lot of people don't know how to read properly, and by giving out the free comic book day, it's an easy read, especially for kids. I mean, kids are supposed to be for. Comics is supposed to be for kids, but unfortunately, the prices of comic books had risen. That most of the customers are the one that can afford it. I mean, paying $3.99 for the comic books, that's a lot. That's 1 gallon.
Yeah. And as Joe Field, creator of Free Comic Book Day, said, it does hit both sides of the brain. You get the visual and the reading part of it also. And again, be on the lookout for an interview with Joe as we broadcast from Joe's store on May May 7th, which is Free Comic Book Day. And speaking of, what are your plans for the store here, Coastside Comics, on Free Comic Book Day?
Well, just like what we do every year, we're planning to have our sale. Everything is for sale, and we don't hold back. When we said the sale, we don't took anything out on the shelf. We don't exclude anything. Everything's for sale.
Well, again, it's corrected before people get the wrong idea. Not everything is for sale. There's only a few select comic books, and you'll know which ones they are. So again, don't. And you were telling me a story before we started. There were the first few Free Comic Book Days. People came in here and just started making their pile. That's not what it means. You can't just come in and start grabbing things off the shelf. There are only a few select comic books that will be free on Free Comic Book Day, which again is May 7th. Don't forget, write down the date. And Romy, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And again, it's Coastside Comics in Pacifica. The website, coastsidecomics.com, or ours, geekseekbetashow.com. All the links are on there.